What's up, polyglots? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today I'm recording from outside. I'm not inside today. I'm just coming from town, which is like 200 meters from where I live, here in Windhoek. There are things that I was just thinking about today. I remember 4 days ago when I was here at home. There are these guys who were there. The lady is from Angola, and the guy also is also from Angola. And so we were just sitting there, and they didn't know that I speak Portuguese, even though I don't speak Portuguese fluently, but I understand 100%. And the guys were talking about me because the guy, he is a caretaker, so he was talking to the lady. So for me, I went there just to show him what he was supposed to do, and then they started, gossiping about me in Portuguese. So I heard what they were saying, and I just responded in Portuguese, and they were shocked, like, of course they apologized and say, sorry, we didn't know that you understand Portuguese. Okay, so this is an incident that made me understand that it is a big deal to learn a language. In Namibia, there is a common belief that Zimbabweans are ghosts. Well, it's funny, but that's what people believe here. I think there's a story that they tell, like there was a Zimbabwean who was in a relationship with a Namibian girl, and the girl fell pregnant, and then when the girl gave birth, after I think 4 or 5 months, she went to Zimbabwe with the guy. When they arrived in Zim, the guy disappeared. So the guy showed the girl where he lived, and then he disappeared. So when the girl arrived home, talked to the parents, to the in-laws, then the in-laws told the girl that the guy had died 10 years ago. So they took the lady and the child to the grave and showed her the grave. And when they showed them the grave, they said the mother-in-law touched the child on the head, and then the child disappeared. So this is a story that even a person who doesn't have a degree cannot believe, but it's a common belief here. Everyone believes in that story. I remember my workmates, they were really afraid of me. Like, sometimes I would buy something, and even if you buy bread, you go out, you buy some fruits, they never touched them because they were afraid, because they believed that we are ghosts. So because now I can understand the local language, which is Ochivambo, I understand, but not very well. So people were talking about me, about ghosts, like, aren't you afraid of this guy? Is a ghost. And I understood, and I told them, no, don't worry, I'm not a ghost, and they were shocked, like, how come you understand what we're talking about? So another incident that showed me that learning a foreign language, or a language of the country where you are staying, is really a big deal. Then when I was in Algeria, I remember this other day we were on the bus going to town. That time we were in Annaba. So we were first years, and so we saw this guy, who the dressing was so funny, and we were talking about him, and we didn't know that the guy was actually from Zimbabwe. Okay, so we were gossiping about the guy, and the guy actually, was from Zim, and we were speaking in Shona. We avoided English because we thought maybe the person is Anglophone, maybe he's from Zambia. And then we also avoided French, not only because we thought the person could be Francophone, but because we couldn't speak French. So we said everything that we wanted to say. Then when we arrived, at a bus stop, then the guy just dropped off, and then he just said hi in Shona. I said Ndape guys, in Shona. We were so embarrassed. Later on we became friends, but that's a moment that that's one of the moments that I will never forget. Like, language is very important. Language is very important. Whenever I want to say something, I want to gossip about someone, I have to make sure that the person doesn't understand the language I want to use. Okay, so it's very important. I also remember one of my neighbors is French. He's a French guy, and he came here. He wanted to do something, so I was helping him, and um, he heard me speaking French. Well, I heard him speaking French to another lady who was there, and I responded to him in French, and he was really shocked. And so we became friends. Like now, he calls me every time, we talk, and we go out. So it's very important to learn a language because it helps you. If you have ever read the book by Trevor Noah, Born a Crime, he explains about a situation where he was walking on the street, because Trevor Noah can speak I don't know how many languages, all local languages in South Africa. So he was talking about that, like he was walking and there were two guys who were following him, and they were actually planning to rob the guy. And the guy understood the language that they were speaking, and he asked them, guys, why can't we work together and we rob this guy who is coming? And the guys were so embarrassed because they realized that the person could understand their language. So it's a big deal to learn a language. Some people think that it's not important. Even if you learn basic words, basic phrases, so that you will be able to blend into the society. Now I'm keeping up with my Oshuambo that I'm learning. I just know I'm not serious with it because I'm learning other two languages, Spanish and Portuguese. But you really have to know just some basics of the language that. So even if you do not reach advanced level or intermediate level, but as long as you're able to greet people in your language, it's very important. Okay, so that's my advice. Try to learn languages. Languages are very important. I see it with people that I hang up with. The fact that I can speak French, now I have a lot of friends. The fact that I can speak Portuguese, now I have friends from Angola, friends from Mozambique that I talk to. I have friends from Brazil that I talk to right now. Cape Verde, because I can understand Portuguese. Because of Spanish, I have friends from Peru, I have friends from Colombia, I have friends from Spain, Venezuela also. And we talk about different things. You get to know people, and you will not be limited to the little knowledge that you have, because now you can interact with many people. Okay, so that's my advice. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for sharing the video. Peace.